Speedway. The real life thing just ended, but now I'm up here in the booth with One Shoe as we're getting ready for the 25th edition of the SCL Daytona 500. One Shoe, how are you doing, man?
We're doing great, WKK, other than the fact that unfortunately neither one of us made the race. It was a real shame, you know, Team TOW. I love the fact that they always give me a top five car when I come here. The problem is everybody else shows up with a top five car too, and it makes it a little tough to get into these races.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Everyone's just itching to get going here at Daytona. We got cars rolling on track right now. Stream should be up if you want to look it up at Season 25 Daytona 500 podcast. If you already come here, you already know what's going on. So cars rolling. We're going to get ready for our one of two pace laps here. We'll be coming around and getting the fuel and tire stop. These cars are getting lined up. One Shoe, what do you think we're going to see in today's race? Is it going to be fast, furious, or is it just going to be just everyone calming down till the end?
I would certainly hope after what we just saw in the real world that cooler heads would prevail. I know that this particular, this being the 25th season of the SCL, we've seen a lot of new drivers come into the league. These new drivers are extremely fast, but the question happens to be, they're extremely fast, are these going to be the guys that are going to try to win the race on the first lap, or are these the guys who are going to actually lay back, go ahead and let the race come to them, and then work more on their racecraft, trying to figure out who they can run with, what line's going to work, is it going to be the top line, is it going to be the bottom line, and then ultimately, what are those things that they can do to stay out of trouble, to ensure that they can make it to the end and get to those final 5 laps where the race is truly won.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of drivers, a lot of butterflies, I would say, in some of these stomachs.
Oh, man.
I'm checking some of these, checking some of the messages coming through on the PSN app. Apparently, we already have a problem with one of the drivers. It's PT. His wheel is not calibrated, so we'll see how the officials in the room take this. If we return to pit and let him calibrate it, I mean, this is the biggest race of the season for him. So you would, as it looks like, yes, we are. We're all spinning him out and retiring to pit box. So that's a good sign. So its PT will be able to get his wheel recalibrated and ready to go.
That would be a horrible break to after everything it takes to get in the race, and then have that kind of a hardware failure. It's great to know that the competitors are willing to make this happen, so that hard-fought spot doesn't go to an alternate.
Absolutely. So everyone retired to pit box. PT's gone out to settle his thing. Anyone watching the race, let me know if the race audio, the cars, are too loud. I'll definitely, while we're doing this, back out and turn down the in-game volume. So just in the comments, if anyone's watching, just let me know. But yeah, since we have this little bit of a break, a couple veterans in the field, a couple big veterans actually. I mean, you got Kips Haulin' Ass, Johnny Benson, Carlin Hicks. Those guys, they know how to get it done. But you got a lot of rookies in the field, once you. You got Evil OGR Gordon, a bunch of the OGR guys. So, where do they stack up? Do they go for the front early, or do you see the veterans falling back?
These the OGR guys, and we have a OGR guy on Team TOW, a cat guy. From what I've seen from running with them and some of the other support races, these guys they're certainly oval specialists, and they like to be out front because they know being out front, especially at this track, is one way to really avoid danger. But the ability to get out front and actually watch out front and stay out front and stay out of trouble is really tough. definitely a full field for tonight's race also. And if we didn't set a record this this particular race for I think we had did we have 27 individuals attempt to qualify for this race?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
All I know is when it came time for me, I know that there was only 7 spots that were available by the time it came for me to actually qualify. So it's good. We've got some really good fast drivers, and we're going to see how did they take what they did in qualifying and make it actually work in the race.
Yeah. So it looks like the audio may be a little too loud. Hopefully I can jump out and back in real quick. I have an invite,
Okay.
so let me just turn this down. I don't want us dying in here. Turn it down to about 50. That should be good. So yeah, to follow that up, it's such a tough field. It's a tough race, really, to
Yeah. Yeah.
just finish sometimes, let alone be competitive in. I've never raced the 500. You have. You've raced the 500. What is the thought going through your mind as you're, logging laps away in the 500?
The the last two 500s that I've run in, I was always kind of being very mindful of how my car was changing as the race went on, and I see Baron von Stosch's name up there, kind of reminds me of where I thought I was probably going to get my best finish, and I'd committed to the outside, couldn't get anybody to go with me, ran out in the outside lap after lap after lap. We're coming down 2 to go. Barron washes up just enough minor contact. I get taken out of the 500, and it's an intense race. It's very mentally, physically challenging. You can't afford to lose your focus, and I felt like that was one of my best shots. Uh, Certainly the last time, the last season's 500, and was had worked my way to the front, was out there riding, was actually drafting behind Carlin and Rita, and I was content to sit there because I was leading the race, hadn't led that many laps at Daytona forever. Come in to make my last pit stop, lock up the brakes, go backwards into the pits, and wind up getting DQ'd. So while I love racing at Daytona, Daytona as a track doesn't like me.
And I mean, well, some of the time that, of course, it's not your fault. It's just you got to really depend on the other 15 drivers, other 14 drivers. I'm sorry, used to be other 15, but we've cut that down to 15 drivers to give that last row the one car it deserves.
Yes.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but sometimes it's not your fault. You have to have the trust of the other 14 drivers out there with you. And I got to tell you, some of these guys have been racing together since 2010. It's
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
that long. We've been in this since 2010. I've been in this since 2016, and
Hmm.
just the shape of the league always going up and down, up. But the one thing that stays constant is the drivers trust each other. You know,
And
and
and this is where when you first come into this league, I spent my first 2 seasons not only trying to learn what it meant to be a, a clean driver, but then you work to being a competitive driver. And then once you figure out how to be competitive, you try to figure, okay, now I need to work on my racecraft. I need to be able to do those fuel calculations in my head when we start having all of these random yellows. Are you going to get tires? Are you not going to get tires? Uh, this it's such a there's a lot of thought process that goes on, and after a while you start to know who you can race around, who you can race with, like we found out on Friday night, which by the way I was totally content. two of us just to run together and settle it up. To that somebody else had other ideas. And you know, the other thing that I find too is that the help that I've gotten with everything from not only, you know, how do you work the technical package in those tracks where you're able to use the technical package. In a no tuning league, you've got to be able to maintain control over the course of the entire race. And you know who has control, who's a little shaky, you know who you want to be able to get around as fast as possible, because they have a tendency to maybe not have that level of control that's necessary. You start to know who those people are.
And try to stay away from them as the race goes on, because that might get you out of this race. And that's you know, that's one of the keys to the race, is staying away from the swirly drivers. We have a couple rookies in this field, more than anything, and a couple names that it's going to be hard for me to figure out, because we've got a couple EVIs. We've got 3 EVIs, so good luck to me trying to figure out who some of these guys are. You know, that's why we ask you.
Out of the evil group.
Yeah, try to change your username up on the 3-letter thing so we know who you are. But yeah, let's go to our timing screen here, if I can get to it. Let's give you the rundown on who's starting where. On pole, and you got the pole pretty nicely. Stay down killing, starting second. Well, I'll tell you after the pit stops, because everyone's shuffling around. But you know,
Johnny just made sure that Rita wasn't the first one to get into the pits. So how did I didn't stick around to see what was the pole time? I know wasn't there probably four drivers that had the same exact pole speed?
That was in the IndyCar series.
Okay.
And that was for pre-qualifying, but yeah, the little joke about that, it was I think it was like a 32.240. I want to think it was, or a 38.240. It was something, because I think like 4 or 5 drivers all got the same qualifying time, which really confused a lot of people. But you know, that was IndyCar. This is Cup. You know, this is Winston Cup. This is the big boys. As hopefully
it's been a long speed week. So
it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, folks.
Yeah.
2 weeks of Daytona. A lot of people, I can tell you right now, are hoping to get out of here. They want to get out of Daytona because
the trailers are loaded. We're ready to leave right now.
For one reason or another, some people, you know, have been absolutely dodged this speed weeks. You know, if it's come down to getting wrecked or, you know, in the sports car series getting knocked off at the wrong time. And sometimes it's been the same people every race that's been getting the short end of the stick, and they want to get out of here. I don't blame them. But they got to remember, when they leave here, Cups go into Texas, but IndyCar and Cup are going to Long Beach. So
yeah, so it's no picnic. You know, we've often said too that Texas now is our new Motegi, and you got to figure out how to be good at Texas. A lot about Daytona is, you know, you're running around with both feet flat on the floor and giving as much steering input that you can and guessing where everybody else is going to be. And in my mind, Texas is probably more technical with some of the little nuances with the 2 different degrees of banking between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very difficult pit road to get onto. I'd rather run it. Got to admit, I'd rather run it at Daytona every week than Texas 4 times a year.
I hear you, man. I hear you. But let's get down to some of these starting lineups. These might vary a little bit due to rows, but I'll do my best. Stay down killing on pole was Kip's hauling ass starting second. Third is either Callie or Barron, depending on where they are. 5th and 6th row, which is row 3, is It's PT and Evil GT. 4th row will be Evil OGR Gordon and OGR Cat Guy. Evil guys, after this race, if you're listening to this, change the 3-letter name. Lord. Row 5, Hossick and Carlin Hicks. Row 6, Rita St. James and Twindy. Row 7 is Johnny Benson in the Sunday Cup League account, and Evil OGR 48. And rounding out the lonesome roll in 15th is Gunter 62. Field rolling off turn 2, double file. We've already got the 1 to go. Oh boy, one shoot. It's time to put the belts tight and get the butterflies going.
You know, and that's the thing right now. Everybody's trying to decide. You know, they know the tires are cold. They know we've been waiting long enough to get this, and they know going into turn one, there's going to be some people that are going to try some shenanigans and try to make up as many spots as possible going into turn one. Unfortunately, you can't win this race in turn one, but there'll likely be a couple people try to do it. And I'm going to say it likely might be the rookies. They might be so driven to try to get to the front as soon as possible to get out in that clean air. These cars definitely like the clean air.
They do like the clean air. Coming off turn 4, 70 miles an hour. We go at that start and finish line is so important here. Stayed on Killen inside. Kip's hauling ass outside. Kip's hauling ass backing up the outside lane, coming down to the line, and we are green flag in the 25th running of the SCL Daytona 500. Kip's hauling ass not with a good start on the outside, but on the inside row it is Stay Down Killen with a great start with X-Cali right behind him. Oh, they're already starting to get wiggly over one shot.
Yeah, they did stack up a little bit on the outside. Well, here's Johnny Benson cutting his way through the back of the pack. Like that
we saw it last night. If anyone watched the Grand National race, he was able to just carve his way through this field no problemo, and he's already starting to do it again tonight. As they come
they're looking like they're in good shape. I mean, they're coming down here. I like what I see so far.
Stay Down Killen leading that first lap. The inside line looking pretty organized right now. Not many people wanting to risk that outside line, and honestly, I don't blame them. It's a little loose up there. There's one car in the wall. Let's see who that is. I believe that might be Hosick. Indeed it is. He gets the worst end of the stick, and he's going to get shoved back all the way to 15th position, possibly losing the draft early.
Boy, Hosick, series champion. He's had probably one of the roughest speed weeks. It seems like every time we turn around, he's being mentioned about either being involved in some sort of incident, somebody running over him. He's had just a really rough start to this season.
Completing lap 6 now, lap 3 of the race, technically. Stay Down Killen still pretty safe on the inside line with Cali right behind him. Kip's not letting that high line get away from him. He's going to try to roll around that high side, and as we said before, the rookies, I'm kind of impressed with the rookies already. We usually some of these rookies already start racking it up, but keeping it nice and single file on the inside line, probably just getting to that middle part of the race.
Or, I'm sure, Carlin really does a good job in the start of the race about trying to, remind these guys about the fact that this is a long race. Mind your P's and Q's. Don't try to be sticking your nose and then try to go through wide coming off the two. It doesn't work. Don't try to lay on a bumper with these cars. They don't like that either. That's the easiest way to wreck somebody is you think you're bump drafting them, and you're bumping them all right. You wind up bumping them usually into the wall.
Going off turn 2 on lap 7 now. There seems to be two little packs forming. You have the front pack that's starting to go too wide, and just behind them, and that's the pack led by Carlin Hicks. Indeed it is. Carlin Hicks leading that second pack. Kind of just laying off. Johnny Benson's in that pack. Twindy's in that pack. No surprise there that some of the veterans are in the second pack. But they're just right behind this first pack. And, I feel bad for Hosick now. He's about 6.5 seconds off the pace. Car on the inside. Who was that? It looked like Barron or one of the evil guys. 74 car, but
that's a Cat Guy.
It's Cat Guy, yeah. Okay.
He's a Cat Guy. But he gathered it back up. Johnny backed off just enough to keep him running him over.
Yeah, they got real. I was almost ready for a wreck there. They came out of the tri-oval. But if Hosick's probably just betting on a yellow right now. Let's be honest. But the way they're
You
running,
know it's coming.
you never know. The way these guys are running right now, we've already had our first caution statistically in this race. Does he try something? Does he pit early, get fresh tires and fuel, and maybe when a caution does come out, does he go to the front? That's the call he's got to make right now.
Too, here we also run a caution limit, so it's just not like like with what we saw with the real Daytona, where they just keep throwing the yellow flag and extending out the time period. You happen to know what's our caution limit for this race?
It is 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 10. Which, in my opinion, is a lot. It's a lot.
Yes.
But it's the first race of the season, and I get why they put 10 up on the board. Wow, the number 21 car, that's one of the evil guys, just flirting with that outside wall every lap off turn 4. And one of the times he's going to hit it, and that might not be what he wants.
And you can get away with it when you start off. The tires are good. You got plenty of rubber. You're full of fuel, so the car, at this point is going to have its maximum traction. But as you get a little wear on the tires. You start to burn off the fuel and it starts to change. The next thing you know, you're running up there all safe and happy. Man, I can run on the outside of that little white line up there. Next thing the car goes, well, maybe you could do that 20 laps ago, but now the back end doesn't stick anymore. Cars don't have much spoiler. You start taking some weight off the rear, and they want to get really tail happy getting up that high.
Cat guy's just flirting with that double yellow line off the tri-oval. That's about the third lap. He's clipped it and almost sent it up into the pack. He's going to have to really reel that car in through the exit of the tri-oval, where the car does get pretty light on the exit of the tri-oval. For, not the best car in the game, I think we both say that this is not the best car in the game. As Cat guy realized it, he's backing out of that pack. I don't blame him. He's done. He's like, I'm out. But no, it's not the best car in the game, but what's so nice about these cars, though, is the realistic, it gets light off the turns, it gets light off the tri-oval. Yeah. That's realistic, and these guys got to really figure, and ladies, they got to figure it out. So working lap 12, lap 10, officially, with the 2 pace laps. And, it's pretty calm. Hossek's now 9 seconds off. He's definitely going to have to try a different strategy, I would hope. Here pretty soon, but two packs are forming. A nice single file one in the back, and up in the front it is stayed out killing with Callie on his rear bumper.
I'm just, I'm sitting here watching, and man, Kip's definitely a veteran in the sport, and how he's up there, he's running that high line, and he's not wavering. So his, being in the high line too, he's getting a little better air, and he's not having a lot of the disco dancing that's going on. These guys behind him start losing their nose as they're running in this dirty air.
And that's pretty interesting, because now we're starting to get to the point where the tire pressures, they're right there, they're working for you now. Mm-hmm. The fuel is starting to burn off. Some of these guys, I heard, might underfuel the first part of the race to make up some track position. So, different strategies possibly starting to take form. Man, that 21 car is making me nervous as they come off turn 4. And, that's part of this race, man. It's so long. It's only 128 laps, but that's a long time. Even in sim racing, that's quite a long race. So a lot of varying strategies might start. It's almost 3 wide in turn 1.
On this, and on this day too, the race was delayed. Where normally we would have started at 5 o'clock Eastern, and in this instance it was, we were talking closer to 7 o'clock start, and just all of that time, the more time that you have to sit around and think about what it is you think you want to do, and how you're going to do, the more you start fooling yourself, and you start overthinking something that could be relatively easy.
That's going to get worse as the race goes on. You're starting to get mentally, let's just say, exhausted. This track, even on this, people say in real life it doesn't wear you out. In the sim, it really doesn't wear you out. But mentally, during the race, you're just going, ugh, Lord, you know, so many laps. You're just starting to forget, you know, things left and right. So it's going to be interesting as this race goes on. Pretty calm first 15 laps of this race. Only 2 cars left on the high side. Everyone else just rolling into the bottom line. Wow. Johnny Benson just got one heck of a loose run. It's a 21. He's going to cause a wreck as he comes off turn 4, just shooting up behind Johnny.
Yeah, and he had, you know, he kind of taken a peek up there. Johnny looked like he was going to jump up there, try to get behind Kip, but the door closed before he could. Starting to develop.
It's got 4 cars in it now. That's the bottom line. It's 3 wide for just a second. Kip got a little forced up, but that kind of easily separates itself. That's It's PT, the driver who actually delayed this race for a little bit. As, side drafting getting a little bit more intense now entering turn 3. It's PT down on, stay down for the lead. Side by side across the line. Lap 17 into the books now. I think that backpack might need to start dropping back a little bit because it's about to get dicey up front. Equal amount of cars in each line. And the side drafting has gotten more intense since PT jumped to the high side.
Yeah, where used to be where Kip was back far enough, he couldn't get up there to stay down to try to get him help at all. These guys really making it interesting on the backstretch.
Coming off turn number 4. That second pack, like I said, they're starting to just back it off just a little bit. Now they're just about 2/10 of the second pack from this main pack. Johnny Benson in the wall out of the tri-oval. He's going to fall to the back of this second pack, so take him and the 21 car, one of the Eagle guys. As there's the wreck, first caution of the day, coming out lap 18, as Johnny Benson in the 21 car. I told you. I kept calling that number.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, this is a big break for Hossack. Big break.
Yes. Yeah, you'll get caught up. It gives everybody else going to get a chance to breathe. And they've got enough laps in now. They're starting to get a sense as to what the track's giving them. And now, probably more than ever, you already know here's some people you don't want to be around.
Cars are entering the pits. Only car to stay out is, unfortunately, pun intended, stay down killing. As everyone else looks to be taking a pit stop here, so wow, bold strategy by stay down to stay out during this race. That's first caution of the day. Let's see who's the first guy out of pit lane here.
Hey, but if it's Daytona, if I had to choose, and if I thought, you know, after sensing is there going to be talking about having multiple cautions here, I'd rather be out in front. Looks like JB got fuel only, no tires. He'll make up a bunch of spots.
Indeed he will, back up to 6th position. He was one of the cars involved in that last wreck. No damage in the Sunday Cup League. As some people might say, that's a little cheesy, but it keeps the racing pretty close throughout the whole race with the damage off.
We were actually talking about there was a group of us watching the 500, and that comment was brought up. It says, you know, we should run damage. And I says, yeah, the races will all be pretty short if we end up running damage.
Oh, absolutely. And it gives you a second or third chance sometimes, you know. When you get in a wreck, you shake it off and you get back into it. As JB's focus here, you know, he's gotten the wreck and now he's up to 6th place. You know, he's got another shot at it.
Yeah.
Pretty early. So pretty sure we're going to be going back to green this time by. Let's give you the rundown real quick of the top 10 as they're coming off turn number 4. Stay Down's taking them against the wall. Stay Down killing the lead. 2nd, Baron von Stosh. 3rd is Kip's hauling ass. 4th is Twindy. 5th, Hossack. good move by Hossack here to get back up in the top 5. 6th Sunday Cup League, 7th OGR 48, 8th Cali, 9th Carl Hicks, and 10th OGR Gordon. As we're coming to get the green flag back in the air. Back in the green here at Daytona on lap 20.
I was very mindful on that restart, not going to the inside past the start-finish line. It's also like to see some restart taking that high because sometimes it can leave that high line open on the restart. I know I'll take it. If you're going to run on the bottom on the restart, I'm going to run around you on the top side.
Baron von Stosh wasting no time outside line. Here he comes. He's got help with Sunday Cup League. It's Johnny Benson, and I do believe it's Tooley also out there in the 32 car on the outside line. But Kip hauling ass, giving stay down the bump he needs to get back out front of that 2-car breakaway.
Yeah, that's our team owner out there, Twindy. He's had amazing speed weeks. He's already cashed on a couple of different races, and we had a nice little talk before the race. And I told him, boss, go out there and win this one, boss. He told me that's what the plan is.
File down the back straightaway. I feel like these drivers have watched the real thing and went, maybe single file is the best way to go around this race right now. So a lot of them are going single file, but you have a couple of your wise guys out there. You know, you have the teammates up there, Barron and Hossack, trying to make the outside line work. And in the back, I believe you have Cat Guy and
yeah.
I believe that's
one of the evil crews.
Yeah. Again, forgive us for the evil wording because there's 3 guys with EVI in the field. Johnny's been aggressive this speed weeks. That's you shouldn't have to recommend that, but he's been itching to get back in the car over a long off season that we had.
Yeah, it did seem like we had an exceptionally long off season. There were some rule changes. We saw an amazing expansion to different classes of races. We're back up to a couple more nights a week, which I'm kind of excited about because I haven't been able to make a Thursday night race. Now I got Wednesday night races, the late model series. And I do kind of like the late model series, but it's become so amazingly competitive within this league that even though there are multiple opportunities, there's definitely you get to make the marquee races and opportunities to have quite a few support races.
Board now with Baron von Stosh as he's right behind his teammate Hossack on the high side. You see him now making a bid for second place alongside Kip's hauling ass. And yeah, the expansion in my opinion, the league has been fantastic. You know, we brought in a lot of new drivers over this off season by doing public firm races, getting our name out there like we used to do with GT6. For some of the people who are watching this don't know that we used to be on GT6 until the servers closed, and we went over here to Project Cars 2, which has been an absolute blast for us up to this point.
Yeah, that transition from GT6 over to PC2, the level of realism, detail. You know, I always thought GT6 was a great game, and when GT6 came out, it was, but Project Cars 2 is by far, in my opinion, one of the best sims around there.
Especially for console. You know, on the computer you can get sims like iRacing and whatnot, you know, pretty much easily. You have a good PC nowadays. But for console, there's not many sims out there. You have GT Sport, which in my opinion is, let's be real, it's kind of let down from what GT6 was. But this game, you know, the handling is right up there with what I feel like iRacing is. You know, and I've done iRacing pretty well, you know, for quite a short time. And I can tell you the handling is almost right there.
Wow. Have you done anything with Assetto Corsa?
I haven't. You know, I just got the wheel not too long ago for the PlayStation. I haven't used it. But yeah, no, I haven't done anything with the set of course yet. I'm hoping to. So
but for now, first two, Daytona, World Center for Speed, and really the great anniversary of the Sunny Cup League, 25th anniversary.
It is the 25th season. We've been going since 2010, so 9 years, 25 seasons. You know, we've made it this far. Some leagues can't even make it to season 8. So, you know, since we've been here for 25 seasons, you know, we're pretty serious about our racing. And right now, probably the best opening to a Daytona 500 we've had in a long time, with good green flag runs here in the beginning.
Yeah, the kind of the, you know, everybody's giving everybody space. I don't see anybody trying to, you know, unnecessarily force or push or drift up or anything to try to disturb anybody else. They're being very cognizant of what's going on around them. I hear that they are definitely communicating. In this case, because we don't have spotters, as an individual, you really do have to pay attention to what's going on around you. If you're using the rearview mirror, if you're using the presence indicators, the green, the yellow, the red arrows, all of those things, you know where other drivers are, so you're running into them. Cossack, I'm sorry, Baron and Johnny up front here. They are just up here, dive bombing, side drafting.
I think right now, if you're Baron and Hossack, maybe you're trying to save that tire. You know, you're running a little bit higher. You're not trying to scrub that off. So. Maybe they're out here for a reason. It's Johnny, wow, giving Hossack the old, get back up there, son. Don't be coming down here. Coming into the trial. And, oh, you know, that's tight quarters racing if I've ever seen this. We got a car off the pace on the high side, back of the field. It's Gunter on the wall, back down to the yellow line. Something's wrong with that car. We'll check up with that in just a moment. Nothing's really changed here, folks, if you're just joining in. It's still single file on the bottom of the racetrack with Hossack and Baron. Is Johnny giving Baron the old get out there. Man, Johnny's just not keeping that car on the bottom right now.
Well, and again, too, you know, they're even though he went in and got fuel, he didn't get tires. So he's lost a little bit of that rubber. He's third car in line. He's got a couple of guys that are trying to side draft him. So he's probably in some of the worst air. And if he could just kind of get his left nose, get that left front corner down into some clean air, just to try to plant that nose a little better, that would definitely make that car turn through the corner. But you get too much air on the nose, and next thing you know, you're slowing down too much.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little bit of aero drag, which you don't want. Big loser out of this right now is Baron. He's falling off the back of this top line, and he's falling back to about 7th position, or 9th. I'm sorry, 9th position. That's how much he can change within a lap and a half. You know, go from 2nd place to 9th. So Baron von Stoss just holding on to dear life next to Twindy. Stay down, brings him down the backstretch. Side drafting, getting way too intense there with Kip and Hasek as they head down the back straightaway. I know there probably wasn't contact, but it's lap 32.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, guys.
Is it 5 to go already?
I know. Ooh, Hasek's flirting with fire. Kip coming off the yellow line. Get back down there, buddy. We'll force a 3 wide where you don't need it.
JB will have no problem at all if the door opens enough. Stick his nose down there.
Absolutely. Let's check back in the field here with a couple drivers doing, well, technically their own thing. We got Carlin Hicks and Rita St. James from the J&B camp. Hanging in the back. Haven't really said much about them today, as they've been minding their own business, but, you know, just like Hendrick Motorsports used to do. You know, they're going to hang in the back until it all comes, the cream comes to the top eventually. It's Wendy's back there with the well.
Yeah, it's the old Dale Jarrett theory. That was his thing. What are you going to do? I'm going to ride in the back and wait for everybody else up front to wreck. I'll be around at the end.
Baron von Stosch just got caught in the wall. So he'll be back here with Gunter. Hopefully they can get together and start drafting. Maybe even catch the pack eventually. But, yeah, back to that Dale Jarrett theory, you know. He's not wrong, you know. If you're back just a little far enough, you can miss the wrecks as they happen. Slow down, get out of the way, be there until the end. But they need to be careful that we don't go through the caution, which I'm surprised we're only at 1 right now. Good everyone, you know. If we only use about 5 cautions, I'll be happy.
Yeah, and this group has the ability. They've got the skill set. They've got the control. It isn't their, you know, for most of these groups, it's not their first time on this track. You know, we've already been qualifying. We've run duels. They know how the cars are going to act. It's kind of now to loosen up behind the wheel. Or the controller, as the case may be.
That's right. We know there's at least there's one controller guy in the field today. That's Gunter running last place. Yours truly used to be a controller guy. And I can tell you, driving these things with controllers is not easy. It's still getting hairy up front as Stay Down's led almost every lap. He did lead about, I think, 2 laps. I think the outside line got to him at 1 point, but yeah, Stay Down's been out front. Now, I'm not going to look at fuel. Well, you can see fuel anyway up at the top right. He's only at 18 liters left, so eventually he's going to have to come in. But you got to think he's begging for a caution so he doesn't get too far back.
Right. Because then once you start spreading out the field, now you get a couple of people that get out of sequence, that get out of the draft. And for some reason, sometimes two cars getting together and working to run down, especially if they're going to continue to run too wide like this.
Now, I know most of the time when you look at who's who and who's watching this race, I know, kept it together, but Hasek took a shot out of the tri-oval. My lord, how did he even save that car? I will never know, but he keeps it going, and he'll be falling back to about 11th place right now. But man, oh man, there they go. It's one of the evil guys. Yes, that will be a caution car in the inside wall. I believe it's PT. Indeed, it is. So second caution of the day, if we get it.
Pretty crazy.
Yes, we will get it. Cars are backing down off the throttle. Wow. All right, so second caution of the day, big break for Stay Down. He's definitely going to take advantage of this caution to take some fuel and tires, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no reason not to at this point. You got your wish has been granted.
Oh, more. Big break for Baron and Gunter. Also, let's not forget about those two in the back getting involved in the race. But Hasek, man, what a save by the Apex driver. You know, it boggles the mind how he was, because he was heading straight onto that wall. There was no saving it. But somehow, man, he kept that car together. And if we have to choose a driver of the race later, You know, that's one of my candidates right there.
Well, you know, that's the reason he's the champ. You know, he's won the Cup championship. There's Johnny out there cutting grass right
He's doing something officially. He's doing something with it. He's one of the officials, so I mean, yeah, he's probably doing something he didn't need to be doing. But and how many times I've dove down the inside to get something done real quick. So pits will open this time. Looking through the field, I'm just looking here. It's 40, 40, 30. So everyone's around the same here, but stay down definitely. Now off sequence, effectively.
Yeah.
If we get a green flag run, you never know. This might be the winning strategy for him. You know, going off sequence from everybody.
Yeah, and you know, in this case, he has no choice. He's got to stop.
So we have stay down, Kip, Johnny. It looks like everybody's coming in with him. So is anyone coming back out in the back there? Nope. The whole field on pit lane, getting their service. I love the animation of the pit crew in this game.
And you know, and because stay down's going to have to take more fuel, that's also going to, you know, he'll be late getting out too.
He will be late getting out, but you know, if he's smart, and I know stay down smart, he'll hang back there with Carl and Rita and wait for his sequence to take effect. His off pit lane, Kip leads him out with Hossack, and one of the evil guys lead him out. As you're right, stay down. It's actually 6, so not he didn't lose too many positions there, once you. But regardless, you know, maybe he didn't take tires. You don't know.
Right. Yeah, our pit camera isn't working too well today, so we apologize for that.
I wish we had a pit camera, like a pit exit. I use NR 2003 to commentate some races on there, and we have pit entry and pit exit camera, and it's so nice to just judge the race off pit road. But on this, you just unfortunately gotta wait until they get in the camera view to see who's come off pit lane. Car bringing up the rear, that's Carlin. Anyone watching the race that is able to comment? I know a lot of them are people sitting in their simulator right now, their rig, with their phone or iPad up next to them. We wish you farewell and good luck on this restart. But for the other drivers or viewers who aren't racing at the moment, give us who you think's going to win this race. We'll talk about it when we get a comment up here. But you know, Kip is very good in what he does, and he's going to give him a good restart here as they come to the outside. So coming up to the line here, lap 39 going to be going on lap 40 of 128 laps. Green flag back in the air. And Hossack, of course, wasting no time.
Yeah.
He's going down to the bottom, and he's gone. But Kip shuts the door.
Yeah, he knows in this instance being up top is not where he wants to be. He hadn't been able to get a good enough run to stay out of that trouble, stay away from that ball, especially in the drive. So why not? And here's Johnny. Just as that runs around the outside. Tremendous run down the master.
Entering turn 3 and 4. Kip coming off turn 4. Hossack on the inside line. The Apex guys, well, they're going to stick together this whole race. You know that. But that outside line, not wasting any time now. Now it is Johnny Benson on the outside, followed by Stay Down, who was your leader before the caution. Went in, probably took fuel only. And now he's back battling for the lead.
Yep. So that 6th place start meant absolutely nothing. He was able to take his car. Must have a really good restart setup. And that car was able to take full advantage of it.
Getting a little squirrely up front now as they come off turn 4. Everyone behind them still single file. That's no surprise. We've seen that most of this race today is the back of the pack just riding around, just trying to battle it out. Kip Hall and Ass leading his first laps of the day, but I think Johnny Benson might have gotten that last lap. You know, I'm surprised early that we're seeing some of the rookies hanging in the back here. Evil, Cat Guy. Cat Guy's not a rookie, but he's definitely helping out some of the Evil guys who are rookies. All 3 of them making their first Daytona 500 start tonight.
And you know, a lot of those Evil guys, we were talking to them the other night, and they run the NASCAR Heat series. So, you know, they bring over knowing, especially on these open tracks, these are long races, and going up there and beating and banging, especially in racing this distance, it does absolutely nothing. We're not getting any extra points for you know, we don't have segments, so there's no issue with getting points there. It's all about, you know, use all this time that you can, because we were mentioning, who can you run with, where is your car running best, what do you need to do to be prepared when these last 5 laps come, to give yourself the best opportunity to try to win.
And right now they're sitting in a pretty good opportunity at the moment. At least 2 of them are. 2 of the Evil guys, they're on the inside line, inside and outside respectively, in that 3rd row back, and that 2 wide at the front. Keep an eye on them. They're, like once you said, they come from NASCAR Heat. Not the same. NASCAR Heat, the handling is not the same as this, but the principle still applies. Stock car racing is stock car racing. Getting a turn 3, Kip getting a little bit now of an edge over Johnny. Johnny falls back to the 2nd row, 2 wide. Outside line starting to lose a little bit of momentum coming off turn 4.
Yeah, it looks like Stay Down and Johnny their lines are just enough different. Where Stay Down certainly seems to be a little more stable through the corners, and where Johnny's moving up a little more and just almost got the wall coming out of the trial. Just looking in his mirror, looking off to the left-hand side to see who's blowing by.
Yeah, cars on pit road. This is Carl and Rita, of course. I said the JME guys. She's a guy and lady. You know, this is their strategy. And now they're starting to play it out. Lap 45, yep. First cars on pit lane. Just after that caution, but I guess they've worked out a plan to the end. Being on JME, I'm assuring you, they've worked out a plan for the end of this race, but coming off sequence, we'll see how this plays out for him. Let's get off chase cam. I hate this cam. Turn 1, Kip, now still leading this race. As we get more cars on pit road, these are the TOW boys. So teams starting to make moves here in the Daytona 500. I got a feeling they're going to be with Carlin and Rita once they get up to speed. Possibly with Carlin and Rita. We'll see how that works out for them. So that splits up the field pretty nicely. So TOW and JME both hitting the pits. The lap separated from each other. And we'll see if they can start drafting together. I doubt it. Looks like they're about 4 to 3 seconds off each other. Yeah, they're not going to get up to speed with each other, but teams still doing team things.
And you know, the JME folks, I was lucky enough when I got recruited. I actually got recruited by Carlin in the GT6 days. And when I came in, that guy taught me so much about, you know, I always refer to it as racecraft, and knowing how that guy thinks on a whole different level when it comes to, are they hoping that they're going to have and if they ever run out of cautions, I've been in multiple races where if you ever run out of cautions, The JME guys, they are so good on long distance runs. And I'm wondering how far they're going to try to stretch now with this, like hitting short in this case.
Yep. And it might work out for him. Not to mention also with the JME guys, you also have the TOW crowd. They just pitted a lap after, and I'm actually taking notes as we go here. So that was lap 46 they came in, and JME came in lap 45. So if they put 66 liters in the fuel, yeah, they've got themselves a good little gap until the next time they need to be in pit lane. So that'll be interesting to see as, again, in front of the field, everyone getting single file on the low side. Whoop! Nelly, that almost ended up as a wreck. We had one of the evil guys come off the high side into Hosek, barely making contact, but it's starting to get a little dicey up front.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they actually made contact, but the air bubble, they came down there, really give Hosek a shot in the door. Easy for you to say.
Coming through to complete lap 50. So, we're starting lap 50, I'm afraid. So, you gotta just think, you know, I'm looking at the split as you can at home on the left side of your screen, and man, OGR, Twindy, Cat Guy, Carlin, and Rita, as effectively now they're drafting together. Let me look if they are indeed. So that's a 5-car pack. And they're making up ground on the leaders. If you were the leaders, do you get single file and ride it out to the next pit stop so you can build as much of a gap as you can?
You know, in this case, I think sitting here, even if the JME and the TOW guys catch up to this front pack, there's no place for them to get around. They're not going to run up the middle. They're not going to try to go to the high side and dive bomb and do anything stupid, because you've got some of the best veterans in this league back there, and their goal is they're doing this strategy at this point. They wanted to say, okay, if we did in this scenario, we got off sequence, and the 5 of us get together, could we go back to the front? Because if they get spread out, get some separation, down below the double yellow line there, and now it's like, all right, can they, and if they can't get together and run the field down, that means that if they get together and get an opportunity, they can not only get out in front of the field, they can start to run away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be devil's advocate with you there, won't you?
Okay.
If I was,
all right.
No, I mean, I'm not. This is how we do broadcasts. You know, you always have your. You know, you always have your pro and your con. I'm going to throw the con in there with this front group. Running side by side, in Johnny's case, you want to go 3 wide. You know, you risk losing the gap that you could build, and not have to worry about, you know, them coming out ahead of you by a good margin. You go single file and you build a gap and stay that gap. When you come out of pit lane, you might be right there with them in the pack, but you're not going to be behind them if you keep racing side by side.
I see your point, and you know the best thing about America, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely, no questions there. And, you know, these guys, if they're racing side by side the way they're doing right now, if they cause a caution, as we got a car off the pace in the back of this pack, if they cause a caution, this is playing straight into the JME and TOW guys' hands. Because they've already made their pit stop, they got track position. So just get single file up front and run them out, you know?
Yeah, but for some reason, you know, I see you got Stay Down, you got Kips here and Johnny on the high line, and I get what they're trying to do. They are thinking that the 3 of them would have some consistency, because they know the basics, the radius equals mile per hour. And running that high line, if they can keep it together, that means that they could actually push to the front and should be able to drive around. But you have to be a little closer. You got to stay, in the line, then you're out there, you're just kind of floundering around and you're not gaining. So yeah, find a spot, get down on the bottom, sit there and ride until you have a better opportunity. More than likely on a restart. Johnny's got an amazing restart capability.
Absolutely.
That's where he could make up those spots on restarts.
He's one of the best. When you talk about restarts, he is one of the best at doing it.
Oh yeah.
No question about that. Has effectively, that second pack is now just about half a lap down. And
as soon as I say that, there's Johnny below the yellow line.
Now, one driver I've been keeping my eye on, as we were discussing there, was It's PT. It's PT has been trying to get down to that inside line for a good 4 laps. Bless his heart. He hasn't found a hole. Is he getting down the inside thinking, maybe I should pit here, maybe I should pit here, or is he just trying to get inside line to get out of the high side with Johnny on his bumper?
I think, yeah, I would rather be down on the bottom line too. See if the cars like it a little better on the low side, and too, if you're on the low side, the car drifts up a little bit. You're not going to slam into the wall because that wall's got that touch of sand. It really slows your car down. Whereas if you drift up just a little bit and you're on the low side, you hit the smooth side of one of the other cars and you don't slow the seams like that. You don't slow down near as much.
Johnny Benson's trying to make a 3 wide yet again. He keeps looking, but no cigar. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to smoke the cigar too early and burn himself out. But Kip's hauling ass, still in the lead. Lap 57 working. The 2 Apex Motorsports guys on the inside line. That's Hossack and Barron, 1 and 2 on the inside line behind Kip. Outside line, you have Stay Down Killin', It's PT, and Johnny Benson. Whoa! There it is! Third caution. That's a big wreck. That's going to be involving It's PT, Johnny Benson, Hossack, Barron. As here comes the second pack. Nope, they're going to be a little farther back, but still a big wreck. And again, I said it. It's playing right now. This is playing right in to the JME TOW bag of tricks.
And here we are. We're about halfway. It's a little late on a Sunday. You got those of us that have real jobs to go to come Monday, and you're probably a little tired. You've been focusing really hard. You've been wrestling, especially if you got your force feedback turned up on your wheel, and it's a good workout. You've been trying here for the last 20 laps to find a way to get down to the inside line, and now it's all gone horribly wrong.
Oh Lord, this is that moment of the race where spinner in the back. That's Twindy going into the road course. We ran that last night for 4 hours. Twindy, you don't need to be going back in there.
Are we still using the bus stop?
Hey, he might want to use the bus stop. Actually, Twindy is your winner of the Continental 4 hours last night. The Daytona Continental 4 hours. That was one hell of a race. GTE category was separated by half a nose at the line.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it was crazy.
Amazing. Was that a 90-minute race?
That's 4 hours.
That's even more incredible.
You gotta throw the variable
my
AI.
hats off to those guys.
We used the AI code driver, which we found a formula to make them just off the pace of the real drivers, and that are in the race, not in real life, of course, but here. And after 4 hours and AI, for them to be that close, amazing.
Yeah, that was that.
Come off pit lane, stay down, no surprises, back in the lead. Oh man, stay down. I think he's the favorite to win this race going in from a couple driver standpoints. You know, he won the pole. He did good in his duel that he was in, and so far, you know, he's keeping it clean, keeping it nice here in the 500. So Field catching back up in the back. Last car just came off pit road. It's one of the evil drivers. Let's take a look at our rundown here as we are working lap 59, heading on lap 60. First place, Stay Down Killin'. Second place, Twindy. Third place, Kips Haulin' Ass. Fourth place, Evil OGR 48. Fifth place, Rita St. James. Sixth place, Hosick 24. Seventh place, Excali Battles. However you say that. Eighth, Sunday Cup League, that's Johnny Benson. Ninth, Baron Von Stosh. 10th, Evil OGR Gordon. 11th, Carlin Hicks. 12th, Gunter. 13th, OGR Cat Guy. 14th, It's PT. And 5th place, Evil GT 3D. Don't want to do that.
You know, the other thing that's nice too is that we haven't had any equipment failures. No blown engines. We've still got the full field is still here, and unless I miss my guess, I think we've got everybody still on the lead lap.
Everyone still is on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air. Yeah, we still have 15 cars, and everyone's on the lead lap. No one's lost their gasket yet. We call a blown engine when someone leaves the room in rage because they've either got screwed or something. That's what we call a blown engine. So if you ever listen to onboard feeds and you hear one of the guys go, "Oh, we've had a blown motor," you know now what that means. That someone's lost their temper and left the room due to some kind of incident. Stay Down Killin' and Kips Haulin' Ass, the two dominant drivers of the day. And right now they're 1-2 on the inside line.
Getting back up to speed here on the backstretch. Getting their focus back together after the pit stop. People probably, especially those guys that did get wrecked, they're probably get a better understanding of exactly what the heck happened and what they need to do to keep it from happening again.
So where are you on your feed, Lunchu? I just want to figure this out.
So right now the leaders are midway through the backstretch.
Okay.
A little bit behind.
I just want to make sure that you weren't too far behind on the stream. For people at home wondering why I just asked that, Lunchu, unfortunately, there's only 16 spots in the room. I'm in the 16th spot to bring in the broadcast. And Lunchu, unfortunately, has to watch from the feed you're watching at home. So if his commentary is a little far behind, you know exactly why. So he's doing a great job.
I'm a little slow anyway, so
you're doing a great job, Lunchu. This is great having you up here in the booth. Oh, Johnny Benson keeps it together. Or do they? I don't know. They're still bouncing off the walls. Yes, they do. We're going to stay green. Ooh.
Get up into that sandpaper. Oh, goes up. Collects Cat Guy momentarily.
So still, Johnny just had the worst luck right there to get caught on the wall as long as he did. You know, if he would have bounced off and got back going straight, he might have been closer to the pack. He's not too far off. He might still have a sniff of the main draft, but you know that's not going to help his hopes of winning this race if we go green.
And I'm going to tell you from experience, being last out of the draft in Daytona is probably one of the most boring rides. But you keep going because you know there's likely going to be another get back up to the group.
I believe we've already went through 4 of the 10 cautions, so you know for what lap we're on, we've only used I think about 4 of them. That's not bad, you know.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That is. This group is actually done very well.
That's what's different about the 500 from the other races and that we have in the series. You know, there's room to wiggle out the so-called swirly drivers. You know, the duels will do that. As car up in the wall, Hosek and Barron still in the wall, bouncing off the back straightaway. Keep together, but that's going to separate the field. Beating and banging on the back straightaway, not the best thing to do. But as I was saying, the duels give a chance to weed out the squirrely drivers from the pack for the 500. During a normal race weekend, you know, you usually don't get that chance to weed them out because they qualify good, you know. And if they qualify good and they don't race good, there's no way of weeding them out before the race. But the duels will do that for the 500.
Yeah, that's you know, this being definitely one of the big races for the season, and having that ability to try to make sure that you put the best of the best that you can into that race. And all of those are very effective at making sure that we're trying to keep the less than desirables in there.
It's not the bad drivers, it's just they need to get used to driving in, you know, a full-length race, you know. And I think that's some of the new guys' problems, is that they're good drivers, they're quick. Don't get me wrong, some of the new drivers are surprisingly very quick.
Yes.
And because we run stock, we don't run tunes. It's still getting squirrely at the front. My lord, people, this isn't 5 to go yet. But we run stock. The only thing we really change, especially in the Cup car, is tire pressure. You know, we don't touch anything. You know, we force default setups and take them out there. So the fact that some of these new guys that tune all their cars come in here and they're quick, that puts to forward how good they really are.
And you know, too, you make mention of that, Warren, and too with the Cup cars, we don't allow stability control, you don't get ABS, you don't get traction control, and these cars, they have an unbelievable amount of horsepower, they have very poor traction, and the brakes suck. So you have to be able to you have to be able to handle these vehicles. You've never driven, especially if you've never driven a vehicle in real life that doesn't have all these things, you know, doesn't have all the aids, if you will. You don't know that how quick a car can get away from you without the help of some of the electronics.
Speaking of that, I believe, once you try to get in the room, we've had our first blown motor of the day. I'm trying to figure out who it is. It's one of the evil guys that blown a motor. So go ahead once you try to jump in the room.
Okay.
And maybe he'll be able to spectate with us and not have to use the feed. He'll be able to call it live time with us. First time in the race. Twindy side drafting hard on stay down, killing through turns 3 and 4, coming off to complete lap 68 of 128 in the 25th running of the Daytona 500. Turns 1 and 2, Twindy down on the inside with stay down, killing. Still side drafting hard down the back straightaway. Keeps hauling ass, trying to stay with stay down, but he keeps drifting off the yellow line. Not what he really wants to do. As I think one shoe might have jumped to game chat, unfortunately. For a second when he realizes that. Let's see here. Yeah, he did. He jumped the. One shoe, get in party chat, mate. He's in game chat. Oh, the comedy just keeps coming, folks, from here in Daytona. So Twindy trying to hold on the outside line. Not really any help coming with him yet. He's about third on the outside, trying to build up momentum. Side drafting with one of the evil drivers. Back straight away they go. sent a message to him, so we'll see if Punch joins us back again. But too wide, near the front of the field, one of the drivers at the front of that field is a rookie. He's on third and fourth on the inside liner. Rookies! Oh, Cat Guy, one of the veterans, just about wrecking it up through turns 1 and 2 here at Daytona. I believe we got a one-shoe back.
Yep, Warren, I'm here. Man, it's great to be now live feedback. Now I actually start moving around, and taking a look, and I'm glad to say it looks like stay down in the boss, Twindy, running out front there. Cat Guy up there on the highline.
I want to welcome Daz into the chat. Hello, Daz. Sad, shame you can't be here with us tonight, but good to see you're watching the race with us live here on the Sunday Cup League Racing Network. Man, it's been a good Daytona 500. One of the cleaner ones I've ever seen in this league in my time being here so far. 4 cautions for 8 laps of this race. Now that you're here live with us, one shoe in the watching with us, what do you think, man? What do you think of this 500 as Cat Guy just gets punted into the wall?
I think it's pretty typical of what we're used to seeing. I think they're probably a little excited right now. We've got some drivers that are maybe still trying to figure out where they need to position their cars, and to do that, sometimes you have to force the issue. Sometimes you have to go in here and make some moves to find out, can you go to the right side? Can you get the side draft? How close can you actually get next to somebody behind before? How close is too close? And more importantly, how quick can you respond when your car does something you're not expecting it to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big trick, isn't it? Is when these tires wear out, if you can respond quick to what your car's doing, you know, they're right there.
The car's a little sketchy to begin with, and then you start, you know, with every lap as it starts to burn off fuel and the tires start to wear, you're constantly playing catch up with these cars.
Contact inside line. One of the evil drivers up on Twindy's door. Probably give him a little, hey, how's it going? At just about 186 miles an hour for the turn. So we're now just past halfway, nearing the 3/4 of the race distance. Johnny Benson hasn't got a break yet. He's 10 and a half now, almost 11 seconds off this pack. And, you know, we're halfway through a fuel run. What does Johnny have to do now? You know, is he praying, or are we talking about Hasek? He's just riding out for a caution, or does he try to win?
You know, if without knowing what his fuel window is, because we didn't get opportunities to do fuel runs with the guys. I don't necessarily know. And even if you did, you could wind up almost putting yourself a lap down. I think that even though you're 10, 11 seconds back is better, and on the lead lap, just to give you that opportunity, as opposed to being a lap down. And then if you get a lap down, the only choice that you have is you have to take the wave around. If you take the wave around, you can't go in and pit. If it was me, pull what you got. You know, maybe if it gets to the point where you're, there we go, we got somebody.
It's Barron. It's Barron up on the wall, off turn 4. He's going to drop him. Hopefully he stays with the draft here.
Well, there you go. Maybe Johnny's going to get some help after all.
Possibly. Depends.
Of course, there's 9 seconds. There's 9 seconds between Barron and Johnny. So.
Yep.
maybe that's asking for a little too much. But it looks like Johnny's he's kind of like he's leveled out, and I say, well, what would you do, Warren, if that was you riding around by yourself, trying to do a few laps with nobody else around you? What would you take on?
Well, that's interesting because at this point he's running, just a few seconds off the leader lap time. He's 12 seconds back now.
Yeah.
We're lap 78. Car's getting light on fuel. As one driver in the wall, it's PT. He's going to fall victim to the, you're calling it sandpit. Oh, and he's going to get his brake right now. Caution out. Oh, into the fence goes one of the evil drivers.
Oh my goodness.
Big wreck on the back straightaway.
Gunther, Kip, Cat Guy.
Look, our flipping still. So forget everything I just said. Out the window.
Twindy came back across. Yeah, exactly. Which goes to show why we're in the booth for this race, and those guys are out there.
Just I was about to say, maybe we should go in the pit. Everyone just hits the turn 2 wall. That looked a little bit like Twindy coming back down. A little too early on that. Will they open the pits this time? That's the big question. If everyone's caught up, they will. Yes, they will. So, pits opening. Stay down, killing. Hopefully the camera stays with them. We have one driver staying out. That's Johnny Benson. He's going to clutch it and coast across the line. One driver hits the pit lane wall. Many years I've been here. That's the first time I've seen that in this game. So, one driver already getting the big rookie mistake. That's actually a rookie. It's one of the evil guys. So, yeah, rookie mistake there. Hitting the pit wall. So, off pit lane.
And to see these guys being aggressive coming into their pits, because we don't run any pit road speed either entering or exiting, and you start to learn some of the nuances of the simulation, knowing that if you're about X amount of miles per hour and hit your pit box, the game will essentially stop you at that point. But if you miss it by 1 mile an hour, you slide right through your pits. Not that that's ever happened to me.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, no, absolutely. Because this game, going to your pit box, it could either be a risk of, it catches me and throws me in it, or I slide through it. So,
right.
It all depends on that. So, Johnny Benson, your leader, as we're working lap 70, almost going on lap 80. And looks like we might be going next time by. He's going to park it here, or slow it down really close to parking it.
Yeah, Evil's just coming off the 2. All the evil guys. He's evilly behind the group right now.
I don't know. I think we're going next time by. At least I would.
Yeah,
we're already off turn 4.
Well, I hope he gets it slowed down, and we don't wind up having a.
No, they might make it go.
Looks like they're gonna.
Yeah, they might do it this time. They should be good to go.
He's here.
Yeah. Lap 80. Yes, green flag in the air. Bossa going outside right away, wasting no time.
Jumping down on the bottom.
Twindy's been aggressive since lap 40. He hasn't wasted any time.
I don't think that guy has an off switch. His dial is at 10 or 11, if you will.
Twindy's one of the controller guys too. So
yeah,
he's running up there with the controller, folks. And he's doing pretty good. Of course, the wheel I think is better since I've gotten it. Oh, there they go. Hosick, Baron.
Big
yeah,
wreck.
That
big wreck entering the trial.
Uncalled for. That wasn't even. You shouldn't be going that close to each other at this point of the race. Let me rewind and see who is involved and who caused that. That's just Johnny moving up the racetrack, man. You know, that's a side draft gone wrong from really both those drivers. Osset comes down, Johnny goes up. Yeah, that's just an unfortunate side draft that's gone terribly wrong here at Daytona. I don't even think we completed the lap, so they're going to keep the pits closed here. And we should be going back green this time by. I wish we had a replay camera. I really wish we did.
That makes at least two of us.
Yeah. I just rewind the stream and looked to see what it was, and that was just a miscommunication for both of them, trying to side draft each other at the same time. So if that was me calling on who, I think we'll call that a racing incident. If you want to be honest with you. I really wouldn't.
You know,
put
the
that.
cars get so unbelievably light going into the trioval portion. It seems like it's relatively flat, just a little bit of banking there, but it's just enough to get the cars upset. The balance gets upset, and you see some of the most horrendous wrecks going into the trioval.
Now we got pit crews on the we got pit crews on the track.
Yellow flag! Get those guys off of there!
What are we doing here? Oh man. Uncontrolled tire, Johnny
it's
Benson.
Daytona, folks.
EOL and the longest line. But no, I'm surprised we even opened the pits, because did we complete a lap there?
I think we might have actually completed, if not one lap, maybe two. And I'm really interested because I was immediately starting to think about, does this possibly put anybody in the window for trying to make it all the way?
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
I just,
do a little bit of math.
You get out here, you do the, I guarantee you I'd be out there right now running in fourth gear, clutching it, doing everything I could to save as much fuel as I could.
Yeah, we got 46 laps left in this race. And you're right. You're right on the money.
That might be a stretch. That
Yeah.
might be. I mean, if you could, and if I even had a clue that this might be available, I'd get behind somebody and I'd start drafting. Because I know if I'm going to draft, I don't have to run full throttle.
Correct. Yeah, 46 laps. That's pushing it there. It's possible, I'm not saying it's not possible, but oh man, that is really cutting it. But that all depends on how many more cautions we get.
I've run out of fuel here before, letting JB draft me, so who am I to say?
I think we're at 6 cautions, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so we got 4 left to spare, at most. So green flag back in the air. PT's probably going to put it down on the yellow line. Yeah, it all depends on where the cautions fall and how they fall. If we go through cautions rapid pace here, you better pit in one of these cautions.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
It's going to be interesting to see what the rookie drivers do. Do they realize, you might be able to stretch it here. Oh man.
Well, I'm just kind of panning through here and looking to see. And I'm surprised that.
And that might be playing into the, they looked at it and went, okay, I might be able to make this, but I don't want to put a full tank in, So, mind games being played now is
Wow.
Cat Guy just about. Cat Guy thought about it and he did it, and he cut down right in front of Stay Down. Was it Stay Down? No.
Yes.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't. Black and white car.
Oh, Callie.
It was Callie.
Yeah. His teammate.
Oh man. Glad you saw it like I did, because that was a let me in. As we got a car on the wall, that's it's Baron von Stosh in the 1. And this is not what he needs.
Oh, there's Cat Guy swinging out wide, coming off the 4. It's like he lost the nose of the car.
And this is not what Baron needs. Baron is now going to be off the pace.
Yeah.
This is not going to. And did he pit that last pit stop? I don't think he did.
Well, yeah, when I was going through looking, it looked like everybody did.
No, there were some people that say no. I know PT stayed out. Not everyone pitted that last caution there.
Oh, that's right, because there was 2 laps between those 2 cautions.
Yeah. So you got to wonder if Baron pit. If Baron didn't pit there, you know, that might not be good. I think he did because he's got a little bit more fuel in the tank than some other people. But
yeah, and he's 5 seconds back.
Yeah. He's just hoping. He's itching for one now because we're 40. We're pretty close, man. We're 42 laps to go. Get down to the home stretch here. Inside line, really holding its own. PT really hasn't shown the speed today. But now, when it comes down to the end of the race, or closing on the end of the race, sure enough, here's PT. Carlin Hicks, Rita St. James,
Carlin
booking it in.
Pulling off. So if I had to guess, they've done the numbers, and they're going to make a run from here to the end.
Yep. And this plays in the strategy.
Carlin blows through his pit stop. Had to back the car up.
That might work for him though, because he's going to be right there with Rita. So he won't have to back up for it now. They'll be able to just get up to speed. So that might have actually worked out for him.
Yep, they're going to be able to get out here, look up and run together.
Pretty quick, so that's going to help them on time.
And they'll run the field down, guaranteed.
Yeah, if we run green to the end of this race right now, this is very interesting. As the TOW guys, as just before, a lap later, here they are. We have OGR and Twindy. So they know now they can make it. So now that we've seen 2 teams in, we're starting to get the indication that right now the window is there to make it to the end of this race.
Yeah, we're seeing a really good gap too. You got the front packets out of here running, and you've got the 2-second groups.
I feel like just like before, the TOW guys are going to back up to the JME drivers and probably get a 4-car draft going. We have 1 car in the pit. That's Baron. So Baron in. Any tires going on Baron von Stosh? No.
Nope.
Just fuel only. Where does he come out? Does he come out with a pack or a drafting partner? No.
Oh, the JME folks just blew by.
Now he runs the risk of going a lap down because the field is just about to come into the trial pool. So he effectively is going to put himself a lap down, but he can make it to the end. They still have to pit again, so he's got to either hope for a caution or this thing to go green. The field working lap 90 off turn 2.
Back up front, it's the Angry Bees.
Its PT has been aggressive the whole speed weeks. Every kind of car you can think of, PT's been so aggressive. And, you know, he hasn't made any friends this speed weeks doing that. But his mindset's there. It's like, I want to win. You know, I want to win right now. So, we'll see what he can do late in this race. You know, does the aggressiveness get a little too much? That's the big question. Oh, slide down the inside there. That's one of the evil guys.
We got stay down. Got around him on the outside. Got back down in front of him. So him and Kipps, they worked the outside line. They maintained that spacing, maintained keeping the cars together, and are able to make that work. And now here comes Johnny and Kip again on the outside.
Back now. Just trying to catch the backs. Alright, so there you go. So really, fair enough. We got 4 groups of cars. You got the single car Baron. I'm going from back to the front here. You got Carl and Rita. That's 13th and 12th. That's 27 seconds off the lead, respectively. Twindy and OGR. Surprisingly, unlike the beginning of this race, they haven't backed up to the JME drivers. So this is they've figured it out now. This is the end of the race. We're coming to the end of the race. Every man for himself at this point. And then you go up front, and in the pack is 9 cars strong. But the 2 packs by themselves, 2 cars on each group, are actually chasing the leaders down, ever so slightly a lap.
Yeah, in the top, the top 6, 7 cars, I guess they've either come to an agreement mentally or verbally, and they're right. Nobody's trying to get the best of anybody else.
I don't know, PT's side drafting pretty aggressively.
Their positions.
PT's side drafting pretty aggressively. I don't know if there's a verbal agreement, because here he goes in the back straightaway.
Well, and here's stay down coming up on him too.
Yeah. I don't know. And every second they do this, if this goes green to the end, every second they side draft and slow each other down. Oh,
and there we go.
There we go. Wreck. Caution 5.
So now here you got the TOW and you got the JME folks who have played this strategy. Yeah. So now those, will the last become first, or will this caution, would you dare try to stretch this out with this last caution?
No. Because effectively right now, now that we've seen 2 teams come in within a lap of each other, and they feel like that's it, that's where you're going to make it. I don't feel like the field can make it, other than the group that came in.
I'm going to be curious. I can hear Stay Down clutching it right now. I'm going to be really curious to see what he does.
You should go in there and ask him. It's like, oh, no, I'm joking. I don't want you to bother with racing. Yeah. But just listen in.
The one thing a race broadcaster never should do is ask a driver a stupid question in the middle of a race.
Or at least eavesdrop, listen to what they're talking about, I used to do that all the time. I used to pop in there and go, all right, what are they listening about? So, let's see. Here's the moment of truth. No, yes.
He stayed out. Stayed out. Man, I'm going to tell you what. It's crazy. These guys are, oh, man.
They're banking on another caution. There's no way. They're banking on more cautions here.
Yeah, I would bet you're probably right. There's plenty of laps left.
So getting down to the nitty gritty here, the Daytona 500.
I'd be going in for fuel even if I thought I could make it.
Just the insurance, that you don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to sit there in the draft while you're trying to battle while also going, God, am I gonna make it?
Yeah.
Guys, that's
I don't
too
care
much.
If my car's a little heavier. It'll plant in the corners better.
But that's way too much to be worrying about, because now you're gonna be worrying about your fuel while also worrying about winning the Daytona 500. Now you've got double the stress that you shouldn't have.
Right.
No one wants that, but these guys up front are like, yeah, no, we got it. We'll take the stress. That's no problem. Oh, man. So, come to the green this time. We got the 1 to go signal last time by. And you're looking at your top 5, really. You got Stay Down, Kip, Johnny, Callie, and the rookie Gunter in 5th place.
And Gunther was one of those guys that he elected to, not pit.
Mm-hmm.
Give up fuel for track position. And sometimes you got to take such a big swing to try to be successful at Daytona.
Close it up in the back there. There you go. Coming down to get the green. Stay down. Lap 96. Green flag in the air, and Kip wasting no time with Johnny and Callie. They're gonna leave him out to dry. Or that's maybe Stay Down going. I want to get in the draft and not use as much fuel.
Yeah.
But they got to worry about it too, because they got to keep the guys with the fuel behind them now.
Yeah. Yeah. The get up to speed lap here is okay. Go ahead and get the car up there. But, man, the more you're buffering here too, the more of that fuel you're going to burn.
So effectively, we can confirm, almost legitly confirm, these are the drivers that can make it on fuel. OGR, Cat Guy, Rita St. James, Baron Von Stosh, Carlin Hicks, Hossack, It's PT, and the second Evil, no question, and Twindy actually, who's already made his way up to 5th place. So really, those guys can make it, and gals. So good half of the field's gonna make it, no problem. The other half, we're just sitting here going, all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Should we start worrying about it,
Well, that means we could have one of our SCL drivers who is a repeat winner this week too.
Absolutely. Johnny Benson, get above that WL line. And now you go back to the beginning of this race. Rewind to look at the beginning of this race compared to now. You instantly, after that restart, now you can tell the anticipation, the intensity is ramped up. Because now we have a full pack, literally almost, like 2x2, when we didn't even have that earlier.
Yeah, full pack separated by,
a second. Yep.
And people are now, these drivers are now thinking too, I can't separate myself from the pack. If I get out of the draft now,
It's over.
There's a possibility that we may not have another caution.
Seen so many times tonight, drivers miscalculating that move up to the high side or something and hitting that wall. You hit that wall now, odds are you're not going to win the Daytona 500. So just the amount of skill that's going to be needed now to stay on that wheel and not make a mistake is really what this is about.
Yeah, your focus. We're down to the last quarter. And if you're not, and I know another thing too. I don't know how many people are taking on fluids during the course of the race, keeping themselves hydrated. That's another one of those things. And you got to be also careful too to not overhydrate yourself.
Yeah, and you'll be sitting in there going, I gotta go.
Yeah, and then so now you kind of got the tension you're worried about. Am I going to run out of gas? Knowing that you can't run in for a pit stop and go take a pit stop.
Yep. That's what's nice about the Camel GT 4-hour races when we have the couples on the season actually. Is that you come into pit lane and put your AI in, you can just get up and use the restroom.
Yeah.
And you'll be perfectly fine. Here you can't do that. These pit stops are so short and quick. There's no room for a legit pit stop of your own. So
right.
Johnny Benson starting the side draft more and more up towards that top line.
Back here watching Carlin Hicks. He's laid back, just well within striking distance. And he's just waiting. He's waiting for that opportunity. He sees what everybody else is doing. He's got his teammate up in front of him there a little bit. Closes up a little bit in the tree. A lot of thinking going on right now. A lot of wondering. I'd hate to be one of the guys in the top pack who got enough fuel.
That's mostly your top 5. Well, except for 20. 20's pretty good to go at this point. So we're coming down to or just past 22 or 26. I'm sorry.
Yeah, business will be picking up here, as Larry Mack would say. I would say we've started seeing some moves. If it's not within the last 15 laps, it'll definitely start being in the last 10 laps. And we'll start seeing people taking some real chances, pushing the issue and being more forceful than what they've been.
So off turn 2. It's Callie out in front, his first laps of the day being led. I think we've only had about 4 or 5 leaders in this race, not many. So, fresh face out front, that's Callie in the 60. A lot of the heavy hitters have been hanging out in the back since lap 60. So, I'm starting to see them now trying to make their way through. And the fact that I'm seeing the Apex boys, Carlin Hicks, Rhea St. James, just hanging out in the back just makes me wonder if they're sitting there with a grin on their face going, oh, if this goes green, you're not making it. They're just buying their time.
Yeah.
But we're happy where we're at.
They're not having to worry about who's gonna wind up door slamming them.
They could end up in the wreck if it's big enough.
And I kind of wonder if that is why its PT is even back farther. Because the more that...
He's at risk, though. He could lose this draft. That's how far back he is. He's 2 seconds back from the leader. I mean, he is at risk of losing the draft. That's how far back he is. And he's got no help. He doesn't have Carlin to help him. Because I know Carlin ain't going to just drop off the throttle and go, oh, sure, buddy, I'll help you out. You know, it's too late for that. As I'm looking at the relative, and it's going down the hill, man. 2.3.
Oh, yeah, he is.
2.4. He's lost it. The draft's gone. Yeah, he's lost it. 2.4 now. Once you get to about 2 seconds, that draft's gone. So PT just about lost the draft here, if not already. So if this keeps going green, take him out of the Daytona 500 at the moment. But the way they're racing, I think he might have another shot.
Yeah, all you have to do is look at that top 6 up there and how much they're advancing.
I'd be surprised if we make it to the end. Green. If we make it to the end of green, I'm taking a shot after the race. Because that's incredible that we're able to race like this. Because in the past, we raced like this. That's a guarantee. Oh, almost had it. Almost had it.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, man. That was Cat Guy and Johnny Benson getting in. There they go again. Turn 1 and 2. Still pumping and banging.
He just seems like his car just does not like the bottom.
And that's been normal with him today. We talked about that earlier.
And there they go.
Oh, I think they saved it, though.
Which, there they go.
Right, but they saved it. We're still green. We're still straight at the moment. Oh, this just ruined Carlin. He had to back off the throttle for these guys.
Yeah.
not what Carlin Hicks wanted to see it at all. But the best part is he's at least in a draft. And PT, the luck of the draw there.
He gets a second life.
He gets a second life for this, absolutely. So he's back in the draft. So he's got another shot. And they're going to run them down. They're running single file.
Yeah. He's five. Catch that lead pack.
Amazing mid-rack. Good driving by everyone in that situation. For the people at home that are like, this isn't like authentic commentary. It kind of is, because we're fans, and we're racers, and we're also fans, you know. And we're sitting here and we're going, man, this is good stuff. This is really good racing on the part of everyone in this room tonight.
And we know when we run with these guys, we know how competitive they are. We know when those type of things happen, there's usually a little verbal flare-up, but after which everybody gets back after it.
Side by side in the front, stay down. High side, stay down. I think we can say he's had the car to beat all day. He's been up front the whole day. There has not been a time where we've gone, man, stay down's in the back of this pack. No, he's been up at the front, leading laps. And, you know, he's showing the guys today. It's like, you know, last season I came in halfway through and, you know, did pretty good. He's proven today that he wants to win a championship. You know, this is how you do it. You run up front and you tell the guys, hey, look at that. You're going to be seeing the rest of that all season. That's a bumper, you know? And he's been doing that.
And, you know, too, yeah, and there's a couple of instances where he was back in the pack. He was able to drive back up to the front. He's, you know, he's making the high line look.
There's not many cars that can do that today. When you look at, when you've been taking, I've been taking notes all day. It's first race commentary I've been taking notes. And, you know, 82, I have 2 dashes, you know, of him coming back up to the field. As Callie thinks about a block, thinks about it again.
Wow.
So now we're starting to block.
He's trying to move up. He sees that high line's moving. Daydown's got to run on it.
This is the part of the race where we joke about Rita St. James, who is the head marshal. This is the point where we're going to be starting to write up blocking reports. This is that point of the race for blocking.
Know, she's positioned very well to actually see what's going on.
Oh, absolutely. She's still got a shot. Everyone in this pack has a shot. The whole field has a shot. But
Twindy. Twindy gets up into the wall.
That's Rita St. James in the wreck. Has to come to the line. Caution's already out. We freeze the field at the moment of caution, but Callie does lead that lap as we're getting down to it. We had Rita St. James involved in that. What happened in one shoot?
Yeah, you know those controller guys. No, I don't.
I think Twindy just got a little too much to ask for right there.
Oh, yeah, see, and here you next thing you know, now we got guys getting punted. Oh no. Oh no, I believe that was one of the evil guys. Seemed like he got run off a little bit. And when he comes back in, spins out Carlin Hicks. Carlin has been just a horrendous speed boost for him. And he's been run over like 100 times, I think.
I bet you right now, if we went to game chat, you'd be hearing a lot of, oh, come on, man, you know.
yeah, you know it. You can hear him.
Yeah.
God, what's going on with you guys?
Yep.
This is the same speed you drive down the freeway at. You
guys
can't maintain control of your vehicles. And he's right.
All right, now here we go. One shoe. Here's our question answer air. Who pits?
I'm gonna bet nobody. I think they're all
maybe in the back. Maybe see
even
Rita. No, you're right. Nobody.
Even if I would say even if you're at the back, there's no advantage. You know, there's 16 laps left, 15 laps left. Although, if I had as little fuel as
Callie did.
that one guy just took a look at.
Let's look at fuel here.
Yeah, look at the evil guy.
Ooh.
Look at number 14.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough fuel.
That's not making it on fuel. You're done. Man. Yeah, I would have pit there.
About Callie. Stay down.
Yeah. And you listen. Utter silence. Everyone's clutching it. they're
Yes.
not risking it, and that's part of the deal, man. You know, when you come off onto these cautions, you know, people get on the brakes when they get on the caution. You know, we call caution. They slam on the brakes. No, I always tell them clutch it, because you never know what fuel you might be saving when you clutch it and just let it coast out.
And that's one of those things usually that we practice during the course of the week, leading up to most any race that we're trying to figure out. We know what our fuel burn is when we're by ourselves. We know what our fuel burn is when we're in the draft. And then we also, too, at times we try to figure out, well, how much fuel can we actually save? How can we reduce that? And it's, you know, you put the car in the highest gear possible and you use that clutch, because you only have to maintain that pace speed of about 70 miles an hour.
So come on, get the green flag. Here we go. Callie, green flag in the air. No big moves. Yeah, not really. They all kept a pretty single file. They're all going to go into that bottom of the racetrack. Lap 114. Almost near 10. Almost near 10 to go.
Protect the bottom.
Yep.
With the car on the bottom, protect the bottom.
14 laps to
That
go.
means that anybody who's going to get around you has to take the long way around.
Don't tell Stay Down that. Look at him go on the outside line. All by himself. Car of the day, no question. If you don't say he has had not that car of the day, you are gladly mistaken, because Stay Down has had a car. All speed, really, when it comes to the Winston Cup.
Yeah.
And Carlin didn't even know for getting spun out. Look at him, he's right. He's creeped his way into the picture now. 8th place, back in this first little field here.
He's picked a spot down on the bottom. Again, just a little gap. A little bit off the cat guy.
The green to the finish is lap 20, start of lap 24, so we're not green to the finish yet, but I think we've
Oh dear Lord, here comes JB.
I think we've used near most of all our cautions.
He thought about going 3 wide.
Thinks better of it. Whole pack together now. Everyone's got a shot again. So should we start picking them off one at a time?
He will. All you gotta do is give Carlin an opportunity. That's all he wants. Way back here, and
Ooh,
he's gonna wait for Gitz to do something.
I think it's Hossack. They hit the wall. Hossack. He's not gonna be happy about that. That's the 3rd time today we've said Hossack's name in the wall. But he's just far enough back now. He's got the draft. There's no question. Yeah, he's got it. Lucky for him, he's got the draft. He's still in it. Yeah, he's got it. So no worries for Hossack.
So loose in the top line. Johnny goes from the bottom to the top. Oh,
no. Watch the comeback. Watch the comeback. Johnny can come up. There he goes. That almost ended both their 500s.
That was crazy. He was definitely not clear before he went down.
Still side by side of the front, stayed on the high side. He's not letting that high side go. Barron behind him. Bottom lane is Callie and Kip. Side draft down and back straight away.
You got the whole pack back together. They're less than a second from 1st to 14th.
I'll say it again, Hossack.
So I think everybody's where they want to be prepared for these last couple of laps.
You got to think, if we're going less than...
Oh my gosh.
What's the fuel burn? About 1 point something a lap, I'd say?
Easily.
Yeah,
I'd be worried about somebody who is... Oh, and there goes one of the evil guys rubbing the wall.
He's got 12 liters left.
About,
oh, it's going to be close with these guys.
That are short,
especially Callie. Stay down. All these drivers in front, they got to be just sitting there going, oh my lord, let it. Just let it.
Right.
I think he might be clear.
Right.
Oh, he almost had it. Midway down the back, stay down was clear, but he didn't come back down. Car on the wall, it's evil off turn 4. It's one of the drivers who we believe is not going to make it along the field.
Shout out to Gunther, running here 6th place right now. Looks like he's in questionable shape to make it to the end of the field, but has had a pretty decent run. It's the one name I don't think we've been hollering out that much, so
that's a good thing.
Yes.
He's kept his nose clean.
One thing in this league, the more you draw attention to yourself, the more people are going to start going, well, I can't run around that guy because he does this or he does that.
Oh man, we're down to 8 laps to go, and some people are 13 liters at the line.
Yeah.
They might make it. I'll give them that. They might make it. I'm doing it in my head. They might make it. If it's below 1.5 a lap, they might make it. Yeah, I think it's like 1.4, 1.3 a lap, so they might make it on fuel. But oh man, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
So through the trial, lap 121. We got to get to lap 124 to be green to the finish. So we're starting to hold our breaths here in the booth. It's about to get dicey. Once that green to the finish is called, we always know the saying is, once the green to the finish is called, that's when the big wreck happens. There's, oh wow, car on the high side.
Almost. Yeah. Cat guy. Big save coming off the tube.
Another question is, if these guys can't make it and they have to make a green flag pit stop, who wrecks coming in the pit lane?
Been there.
Yeah.
That sucks.
If they don't know that you have to make a pit stop and you don't have a mic and you start slowing down from the pit lane, you could get wrecked in the rear.
Yep.
And if you don't know about this game, you go on the pit road backwards, get disqualified. You're done. We don't disqualify you; the game does.
Yeah. Well, technically, you disqualify yourself.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, and let the brakes lock up on you. Not that that's ever happened.
Oh, I don't know, One Shoe. It's close. It's close on field. It's really close on field. Oh, they might get their wish. To save fuel. Car on the wall. No. They save it. Oh, boy. They gotta make it
to get around.
They gotta make a lap. One lap. They just gotta make one more lap. Oh man, and Carlin's probably fuming.
There's Johnny. Yeah. Wow, Cat Guy and Twindy, how they did not wreck this thing. Cat Guy got Twindy left rear with his right front coming off the tube. Probably didn't want those cars up in the walls.
Now here we go. Here's our first guy that's going to run out before the line, and he's middle of the pack. It's one of the evil guys. He's got 4 liters in the tank.
Yep.
Now when he runs out, he better not have someone behind him.
And here's the bad part too. He's probably not even watching his fuel gauge.
No, he's probably sitting there with no stuff on the screen, just the car. Oh man, he's throwing at
Both
3.
feet flat on the floor.
Now your leader, 7 liters. Ooh, I think we're green to the
there's-
finish too.
Tony
So
gets a little rub off the wall.
yeah, we're green to the finish too. So this will lead us to the end of the Daytona 500. 4 to go, and fuel in the minds of many in this race. We're going to see one person run out of the field next time by. So our first
A lot of these
driver
guys
to bite the dust.
were wishing that Sunoco offered drone fuel service.
Here we go. Here comes 1 liter left for one of the drivers. Middle of the pack, we're on him right now. 1 liter left in the tank. Right about now it should. It's a miracle. Am I on the right line? Top right. 1 liter, so he's going to round next time. These guys, I think they'll make it. I think they'll make it. They have 5 liters left. They're going to make it, but one driver's not going to make it in this Daytona 500, and he should have made pit road right now. He's not going to make it back around.
Yep, so what I'm worried about is the guy who's right behind him.
That's awesome.
Yep.
There he goes. I think he's out. No. Oh, it might have sputtered for him because I just saw him wiggle it. He's going to run out the backstretch. Right there, he's out.
Oh, he
he's
got
done.
down out of the way.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, good by him. He's out.
Great job. Great job.
Now they got 4 liters in the tank, and if it's 1 point something a lap, they're going to make it. Oh. Oh. Johnny and Cat Guy could not get anything. Stay down, way outside, in the wall.
Slammed, door slammed into the side. Callie goes up there.
3 wide through the center of the triangle.
Both got
Johnny.
loose.
Ooh, on the apron, everyone. They keep it together, but fuel is still in the mind. Stay down's out of the running, unless something big happens up front. Here comes Barron, outside of Kips. That's a battle for second on the racetrack. Callie, inside line, leading around the racetrack. Twindy, outside line, coming to help Barron down the super stretch.
Big side grab.
And I don't think he's going to make it. He's got 2, and it's probably going to go to 1 right here. So, who makes it on fuel? We know Barron can. We know the outside line can. We know that. 1 liter of the line. Oh, he's getting lucky. Oh, he might make it around. He might make it around. But I don't think so.
He might. There might be fumes left in the tank.
It's going to come down to that final turn. If he comes to that final turn and he's not out of gas, he might be. We've got a car out of gas. That's evil. He's just waiting for the race to end. But here comes Barron, outside line. He's going to get hit. Kips in the wall. Oh, it's going to be. It's going to be.
Kindy gets caught up into it.
It's going to be who makes it. Carlin's in this. Hossack's in this. Who makes it around? They're out. They've got to be out. 0 in the tank. They're coasting.
Callie, 8/10. Here comes one of the evil guys. He's going to run around him on the outside.
And he got it.
Oh, my goodness.
A rookie has won the Daytona 500, wrecking after the line is Hossack and Carlin. I don't know how Callie made it to the line with 0 in the tank. But he will not win.
Gordon, 24. Rookie takes it in the...
There it is.
Oh, my goodness.
There is your final results. Evil OGR Gordon, his first Daytona 500, and his first Daytona 500 win. Second is Callie. Third, Hossack. Fourth, Carlin Hicks. Good finish for Carlin Hicks. And then the big wreck behind him bunched this up. It's PT fifth. Sixth, Stay Down Killin', the best car of the day. Unfortunately, finishes sixth. Seventh, OGR Cat Guy. Eighth, Rita St. James. Ninth, Baron Von Stosh. 10th is Sunday Cup League Johnny Benson. 11th, Gunter. 12th, Twindy. 13th, Kips Haulin' Ass. 14th, Evil OGR 48. And 2 cars retiring out of the race. That's Evil. 2 of the Evil guys, actually. Or, no. Yeah, 3 Evil guys in the race, so someone else retired out. Oh well.
So I think what we learned too that there's like 10 different ways to get to the end of this race, multiple fuel strategies. I hats off to Galley. I really thought he was going to not going to make it across the line. He had 3 tenths left in the tank.
So let me get some of these guys in here because I know we're going to want to interview them as early as we can before they get off.
Yeah.
Stay down here. Get Callie in here as well. So we'll get some of the drivers in here real quick to give him some.
Holy cow!
All right, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Before we start going here. So welcome to the broadcast, guys. Yeah, welcome to the broadcast.
Heyo.
So let me start off with we can't get Callie in here because I don't have him on their friends list, unfortunately. But Hosek, man, great race. You had a couple instances early and mid through that race where you got punted into the wall, and you come out third in this one with a chance to win it because Callie ran out of fuel just before the line. So tell us what was that race like for you? Because there was a bunch of up and down moments in that race.
Yeah, I was kind of just riding a little bit, waiting for stuff to happen in front of me, and just trying to stay away from people and staying as high as I could when I was in the high lane. Kept getting pushed to the wall. Thought if it had stayed clean, it would have been a lap down for sure because I was losing like 2 seconds a lap there. But I was just trying to be patient at the end. I actually didn't think I was going to finish anywhere near the top three until they started wrecking. I just kept it as low as I could keep it and hope that they didn't hit me.
Yeah, man, you had an awesome race. Want to show anything you want to ask Hosek?
Yeah. Camp, I'm going to tell you, there was a couple of times. Came back with a lot of adversity today to finish top three. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great job, Hosek. We'll move on to the next driver in line, and then we'll get to our driver of the day, and then your winner. Callie, you finished in that race pretty well. You had a up and down day for sure. Led most of the end of that race, and man, we're sitting here on the broadcast going, "That son of a gun's gonna make it, isn't he?" And just before the line, you ran out. So was it just stressful the whole race, knowing I might not make this finish?
Well, I didn't see it until the last 5 laps. I looked down.
Yeah, you definitely had a lot of nervous moments.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
Good job, Kelly. That's why I'm glad I'm on your team because Team TOW comes to you.
Yeah, that hurts though, because I know if Kip didn't get caught up, I probably would have came up.
Well, good job, Callie. Excellent race for you, man. That's a good start to the point season for you, and definitely get you a provisional for next week at Texas. Good job.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so next up,
What happened to you, State? I don't know what happened.
I just aggressively side drafted just a couple inches too much, I'm sure.
well, next we'll get to our driver of the day. I think me and Once you will agree on that one, that the driver of the day has to be Stay Down. I mean, dude, you led. I mean, you had a great speed weeks. You had a great duel, for one. You had a great qualifying last week, and you come out here and you go out swinging, man. You led the most laps of this race. You know, great job. What was your mindset heading into this race, and what utterly ended your day? Once you. Well, that's an excellent.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Good provisional I got here, came back to sixth. Not too bad.
You had it, man. He was up front that whole race.
Well done.
I could get beside you at one point when you and Kip was up front, but I had to do some aggressive side drafting, and I didn't want to wad up the whole field, so I just played it safe and got back down to the bottom. And then there at the end, Windy hit the wall when I was in fifth, and it put me all the way back to the back. I come back to the front, and then I didn't have enough gas. I was like 2 laps short. So I come in and pit, and then work my way back up to the front, and then all that stuff happened, and I won. So
Well done. Stay
it
down.
was a grueling race.
Definitely.
Fun though, with good drivers like you guys, it makes it. Oh my god, that was nuts.
Well done. Stay down. You're definitely. We were talking in the broadcast. If you watch, you definitely put yourself out there as a contender early for the championship. Well done.
Thank you guys.
All right, so we move on to our season 25 rookie Daytona 500 champion, Evil OGR Gordon. Man, where do I start? We didn't even really say your name much in that race because you were just riding around it. It felt like, and then near the end of the race, you started making moves, and I think you got lucky with that wreck there at the end to have
Yeah,
a
I think
one-on-one
I had
battle.
like a sixth or seventh. I didn't try to do the crazy three wide move or nothing, because that's what screwed me in that Indy race. Um, I probably was going to clear both of them, but like Rita says, if you're the third one in, you're the last one out. So if they wrecked, it's on me, even though I never touched them. So I was going to be patient that whole race and just try to get a top five, and ended up winning it. I didn't I didn't wreck anybody the whole race, so I felt good. You know, I was patient and I didn't rough anybody up. Didn't get on Rita's incident report, so I feel really good. It was great.
Anything you need to ask him, won't you?
He blocked me. I was gonna go on his inside, and he blocked me, and I side drafted. Was he out of gas at the line?
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Because I barely got by him when I side drafted him on the outside. I was like, because there was aggressive side drafting. I mean, I was not gonna do that. I wanted a top five, and there's no way. So, but
It was a great run off the top. So, you know that you've now that you're within the league, and some of the things that we know about the evil OGR guys, as they've come over to Project Cars too. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think you guys kind of run the NASCAR Heat series also.
yeah,
Okay.
a couple of my buddies are in the pro league where the real NASCAR teams are watching them. So they're 48. He's the one that's highest up in it right now. So
So my question is there, when you compare the two sims between NASCAR Heat and now with running here on Project Cars 2, is there anything that you can say transfers over from the Heat franchise to the Project Cars franchise?
I mean, I've run GT5 and 6 and all the NASCAR games, so I'm very familiar with oval racing, but Project Cars is on a whole nother level compared to NASCAR, and that's why I'm over here. You know, I got friends that I've been friends with for 10 years that race over there. I probably have 20 OGR teammates, so I do half and half, you know, but I'm trying to get them all to migrate back over here because this side drafting stuff is insane. And that's why I'm over here, because I really enjoy the side drafting. So,
Yeah, I agree. The realism here compared to any other sim that I've been around, this right now, Project Cars 2, it's it for me too. Awesome run, by the way.
I mean, when we were doing that support race with the Mustang, I led the last 25 laps of that 50 lap race, and we were three wide at the finish. And it was, on my screen, it says we both tied, me and CM, and Gearhead won. No, I won, and Persis. And I like racing in this league because these guys are really good, fast racers and clean. So really
Right.
appreciate the racers in this league.
So anyway, to end that up, good job, OGR. You can go back to the game chat, and we'll wrap it up here in the booth. Um, anything else you want to add, Wenshu, before we call it off? Any final thoughts?
We knew that we were going to have the mix. We knew we were going to. You have to try to position yourself that if there is a wreck, can you get around it? And if some for some strange reason you get yourself
Alrighty, so other than that, I think we're good here from Daytona. My name is WKK3. You've been watching a product of the SCL Racing Network. The likes help us get these races on the air more than anything else, so hit that like button and subscribe for more races in the future. This is the only Winston Cup race I'm planning on commentating this season. So if you're within the league and you want to commentate the Winston Cup Series race, feel free to message me or the Sunday Cup League, and we'll work it out for you. But other than that, thank you for watching here, and we'll see you next season for the Daytona 500. And for One Shoe, this is WKK3, and we thank you for watching.